Hi there, welcome to Luxatic. In today's video, we are going to be looking at, pun intended, the 25 best eyewear brands of 2022. When it comes to standing out from everyone else, there are plenty of ways you can easily do it. You can wear really expensive looking clothes or jewelry, you can wear very striking makeup, or you can just slap a massive tattoo of a squirrel across your neck. While each of those is probably going to get you the result that you wanted, that being attention, if you really want to stand out and do so in a way that people will look at you in a positive light, then there's no better way to do it than to wear a really nice piece of eyewear. Glasses or sunglasses can really add to your mystique and otherworldliness, and if you act accordingly, people will instantly flock towards you. Another benefit to this is that by wearing a statement piece of sunglasses, for instance, people can easily forget about the other details, like that squirrel on your neck that will be gone in no time. All jokes aside, in this article we decided to take a closer look at the 25 best eyewear brands that will surely make you stand out regardless of where you're heading. So without further ado, let's jump into our first pick of the day and quite possibly a lot of people's favourite brands right here. We're starting our list at number 25 with Warby Parker. This brand was actually founded only in 2010, but it didn't take them long to become a staple of the eyewear industry. As soon as 2019 rolled around, they had made well over $265 million, showcasing the fact that even if you're not the most famous designer brand in the world, you can still make it big if your ideas are ingenious enough. At number 24, we have Retrosuperfuture. If you're looking for a brand of eyewear that features a chunkier frame, then look no further than this brand right here. A rather incredible example of Italian craftsmanship. You will forget that you're even wearing a pair of sunglasses as you ride around with these around your head. Now on to number 23, we have Akila. If you really want to stand out from everyone else around you, then Akila may very well be the best option for you. This is because their glasses feature some of the most modern looking designs we've ever seen out there. They are also unisex, so you don't have to specifically look for male or female glasses to fit your needs. Now on to number 22, we have Tate. By far the newest brand on our list, Tate hit the scene in 2020 as they tried to cater to a market that was already oversaturated to the fullest. They tried to create some of the most unique, beautiful and affordable glasses in the world, and as far as we can tell, they definitely hit the mark with this. You can get most, if not all of their pairs for under $100, and on top of that, they just look downright incredible to say the least. At number 21, we have a very well-known brand, Nike. This is Nike that we're talking about, so you already know you're getting a really good product regardless of what they're peddling your way. Although most people only know them for their shoes, Nike also created some rather incredible eyewear that is both unique looking and very useful. They even have a special line for children, which is especially great if your child has a small head and most eyewear just falls off. We highly recommend that you check out their Nike Flat Spot R EV1045 glasses as well. They're some of our favourite models out there. At number 20, we have Costa Del Mar. Back in 1983, Ray Ferguson looked around himself to see what everybody's obsession really was. Before long, he noticed that everyone was concerned with the way that they looked in public, which deeply showed in their eyes. So, in order to remove this fear and in return replace it with a sense of pride and mystique, he decided to create his own eyewear brand, and the rest is history. At number 19, we have Oakley. Although Oakley originally started way back in 1975 as a motorcycle grip seller, it didn't take long for the company to start selling its very own curved lens goggles. This line was known as the O-frame, and as soon as the year 1983 rolled around, this brand became the meta for any winter events that required eye protection. Some of the top athletes of the world started to wear Oakley protective eyewear while they were competing, including the incredibly talented Greg LeMond as he won the Tour de France. Now at number 18, another success story, Maui Jim. This is a story of success that started back in 1980 with Jim Richards, a fisherman who was just minding his own business, trying to sell sunglasses on the sun-scorched beaches of Maui. He had to sell these if he wanted to bring any food to the table, but luckily word quickly caught on and business began booming. It wasn't long before he had the budget to develop an incredible series of polarized sunglasses that could not only protect the wearer from UV rays, but also from glare, making them as useful as they were cool to wear. At number 17, of course, we have Dior. Christian Dior knew exactly what he was getting himself into back in 1946 when he decided to start his own brand of eyewear. There were definitely a lot of risks involved, especially considering just how competitive the scene was. But even so, he managed to build up quite a reputation for his brand in no time by proving his products were through their elegance and timeless femininity. Many would even argue that his pieces were literally too daring for their time, that they were far too strange and unique for the world to truly appreciate. Regardless, because of these pieces, even to this day, Dior is known as one of the best eyewear brands in the world. Now at number 16, we have Carrera. Carrera hit the scene back in 1956, Padova, Italy, when a group of people that were in charge of the Safilo Group SPA decided that it was time to try their hand at the eyewear market. Before long, they became a staple of the celebrity culture, as almost every big name out there has been spotted wearing one of Carrera's pairs of sunglasses by now. Some popular names include Al Pacino, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, and even Usher. Needless to say, if you're a fan of these celebrities, you should definitely get your own pair. At number 15, we have Tory Burch. Although it is a relatively new player in the market, Tory Burch already rocked the world with their signature bohemian aesthetic. They actually started marketing their first line of sunglasses in 2009, and even though they already had a lot of fans who loved the company's luxury clothes, goods and fashion accessories, this was pretty much newfound territory for them. Regardless, by tackling the feminine sunglasses market, they pretty much took it over in a matter of weeks, showing the world that you don't need a rich history to make your way up to the top. At number 14, we have Saint Laurent. Yet another incredibly famous luxury brand right here. Saint Laurent have dipped their toes into practically every industry that there is to add their own touch of style. In these last couple of years, however, they really started bringing out their A game when it comes to their eyewear selection. It also helped a lot that the brand offers sunglasses for both men and women, and although some of their products can be a bit more on the feminine side, you can still find the very best pair that suits your style perfectly when you stop at the store. Moving on to number 13, we have Kate Spade. During her time working at Mademoiselle, Catherine Brosnahan Spade decided that it was time for the fashion world to take a look at her own ideas, as opposed to her being the one looking at whatever was popular at the time. She started off with a very unique and fashionable handbag design, and before long she made her way to the eyewear industry. Nowadays, her brand is revered as one of the absolute best for women, so definitely check it out if you want to look bold while also having that 80s aesthetic with you everywhere you go. Number 12, Fendi. Adele and Eduardo Fendi were the brilliant minds that started this iconic fashion brand back in 1925. Although it all started off as a local brand with a few stylish pieces that only a select few would wear around, it quickly caught on to the point where people from all across the globe would wear Fendi pieces to some of the world's most important events. They even had a fashion show back in 2007 atop the Great Wall of China, showcasing their latest releases and reaffirming the fact that they really are one of the best wherever they go. Another great name at number 11, we have Giorgio Armani. We all know Giorgio Armani is one of the absolute best designers of all time, and that's a fact. Regardless of what niche of products you're talking about, as long as there is a way to make them seem luxurious, there's no way that Giorgio Armani isn't at the very top of its echelon. If you really want to see what they're all about, however, you can just check out their signature Giorgio Armani eyewear line, which is just absolutely superb to say the least. Number 10, we have Coach. The best part about Coach is the fact that not only are all their products incredibly beautiful, but they're also very functional and extremely durable too. This is all thanks to the fact that they use some of the finest materials to create their works of art, to the point where out of every brand in the world, we would argue that Coach makes some of the most resistant eyewear we could find. At number 9, we have Michael Kors. Michael Kors had a passion for designing clothes that he just couldn't contain. He started creating his own unique models by the time he turned 19, and shortly after he pretty much made it big by catching the attention of some of the most famous people in the world. The cool part about his sunglasses and eyeglasses is the fact that they have a certain glamour to them that you just can't find anywhere else. The frames are just incredibly unique looking, and the details on them are just astonishing to gawk at. At number 8, we have Dolce Gabbana. Although Dolce & Gabbana started back in 1985 as a leotard, underwear, swimsuit and perfume brand, they eventually decided to switch to a whole new industry in 2010 when Madonna came into play. Essentially, this collaboration led to the creation of the MDG sunglasses collection, which is even to this day referred to as one of the most luxurious and downright elegant looking eyewear collection there is. On top of that, their logo is by far one of the most recognizable on the whole planet, so if you really want to show off to the rest of the world, there is no better way to do it than by wearing one of Dolce Gabbana's sunglasses. At number 7, we have one of the oldest fashion brands of all time, Burberry. The story of Burberry started off in 1856 when their founder, Thomas Burberry, managed to invent the waterproof gabardine fabric that is still used to this day in most outerwear. Burberry then went on to create some of the most popular trench coats ever made, and as soon as the year 2006 rolled around, they started looking towards the eyewear market too. It didn't take long until they released some of the most iconic British glasses we've ever seen, and the brand quickly became famous for its cool-looking aviator glasses and their stylish frames. At number 6, we have Versace. The interesting part about Versace is that their brand pretty much came out of nowhere back in 1978 when Gianni Versace shocked the world with his flashy prints and bold colours, and yet nowadays we can't even picture a world without their name plastered everywhere we look. Versace is a name synonymous with style and beauty, to the point where most of the supermodels and celebrities out there have been spotted at least once sporting their incredibly luxurious sunglasses. They make incredible sunglasses and eyeglasses that cater to both men and women alike, and on top of that you just have to check out their Versace VE3234B and Versace VE326B models because, by God, they're some of the cleanest looking eyeglasses that we've ever seen. At number 5, we have Persol. The aviation and motorsport world needed a new brand of eyewear that would cater to their very specific needs back in the days. On top of that, they also wanted to look good while wearing glasses. Luckily, both of these demands were more than fulfilled as Persol hit the scene back in 1917. Their glasses were literally everything that we could have asked for from them and more. They are also considered to be some of the best looking glasses in terms of artistic value, and when it comes to the world of cinema, they are pretty much at the top of the food chain. Next at number 4, we have another very familiar name, Prada. If only Mario and Martino Prada could have been here to see the empire that they were on the cusp of creating back in 1913 when they first decided to create their own line of products. They started off with clothing, shoes, handbags and a whole slew of accessories, and from 1999 the now legendary Italian fashion brand also decided to tackle the eyewear industry. Let's just say that they managed to offer the same level of quality as we had come to expect from them, which is no small feat. And now on to our last 3, we have at number 3, Tom Ford. Tom Ford used to be the leading designer behind iconic brands like Gucci and Yves Saint Laurent back in the 90s, but after being their creative director for so long, he decided that it was time to dip his own toes into the fashion industry and try to make a name for himself. 2005 was the year when he decided to officially start up his brand, and before long he was partnering up with a marketing group, creating and distributing some of the most stunning eyewear in the world. At number 2, we have Gucci. To say that Gucci is a popular luxury fashion brand is a bit of an understatement, but even so, let us explain. Back in 1921, the famous house of Gucci was founded by Guccio Gucci, and through their incredible ideas and efforts, especially thanks to his son, Aldo Gucci, they turned this company into one of the most famous brands in the whole world. Take a look at any of their eyeglasses and sunglasses and you'll instantly understand why they're always at the top of every list there is out there. And at number 1 in the leading eyewear brand, we have, of course, Ray-Ban. Now, the most interesting part about Ray-Ban glasses is that they were never meant to be all that good looking in the first place. In fact, they were simply meant to be practical sunglasses for the US Army Air Corps. But after noticing just how incredibly talented they were at creating and designing these glasses, they decided to turn their attention towards the general market, striking a goldmine by the year 1952 when they came out with the famous Ray-Ban Wayfarer, which had a hard plastic frame design. And then the rest is just history. So in conclusion, we could say, of course, there are many other eyewear brands out there that deserve our attention, but we think these are by far the best of the best in terms of quality and popularity. Thank you for watching this far, and if you're on the market looking for a new pair of eyewear, we hope this video helped divert your attention towards the best option for you. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.